attraction. I'm about to get mean. I'm about to get loud. Spotlight on me when I take my bow. You're gonna pay full price if you want front row. I got a Hollywood star. I got my name in stone. Are you ready for the show? Sit back and let's go. I'm gonna blow your mind. I am a superstar, and I knew I'd come this far. You better make way. Get off my stage. Lights, camera, action. I'm the main attraction. I'm the main attraction. You're gonna feel your heartbeat when it starts to rush. I wanna look, leave your jaw wide open, 'cause I'm illustrious. Are you ready for the show? Sit back and let's go. I'm gonna blow your mind. I am a superstar, and I knew I'd come this far. You better make way. Get off my stage. Lights, camera, action. I'm the main attraction. I'm the main attraction. I am a superstar. I'm a superstar. And I knew I'd come this far. You better make way. You better make way. Get off my stage. Get off my stage. Camera, action. I'm the main attraction. I'm the main attraction.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to coverage of iRacing on LSRTV and simulcast on the Community Radio Network. It is round number 10 of the ARCA Northwest Racing Series. And tonight we are at the Monster Mile Dover Motor Speedway. We're ready to go for 150 laps here tonight. We're ready to go for the ARCA cars after coming off of Nashville. Sean Martin's been winning last Thursday. Drivers are now cinched in, ready to roll here for the Delaware 150. I am Wesley Outland, joined alongside, will be very soon, my friend, Mr. Jeremy Stanley. Charles Wooten is on production. He's punching the buttons as always. And we are glad that you are joining us here at the Monster Mile. The 1 mile racetrack, Dover, Delaware, Concrete Jungle is where we are tonight. Let's take a look at the race on race information. Don't forget to watch live or on demand for replays. And for tonight's race, it is no fast repair, 100% fuel capacity, 3 sets of tires, plus the 1 set on qualifying right now. 2-lap qualifying, which is ongoing as we speak. And we are not going 500 laps. We are going 150 laps. That's an error on Charles' part. And just like that, it's already cleared up. It's already cleared up and taken care of itself. There you go. I think he was trying to get in my head, mess with me. We are not racing 500 laps. I'm sorry. I'm not staying up till 4 o'clock in the morning. Qualifying ongoing there right now is Kevin Smith on the racetrack for Win Racing. The Click It RV Bomb Speed Chevrolet 00 working his way around the racetrack. By the way, this is round number 10 for the series tonight, man. Looking forward to what happens tonight. Real quickly, we'll take a look at our weather conditions presented by Kaufman Creative, the official webmaster of LSRTV, your home for sim racing. Want to check out some of their awesome rev work? Go to livesimracing.com and what they can do for your webpage creativity. Air temp at 82, wind speed at 13 miles an hour. Track temp is in triple digits on the concrete. Me and Jeremy will talk about that here shortly. And it is in the afternoon, just around 3 o'clock. Just around 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So Charles has got a question. What do you got, Charles? Question. 1 minute left to go in qualifying.
Well, we know we got Jeremy here. We gave him a minute because these are a little long races. So we said, go fix your sandwich real quick. I believe you said it was peanut butter and jelly. So my question is, if you put that peanut butter on this track at 117 degrees, will it be roasted peanut butter at that point?
Oh, there you go. Well, that's a good idea.
Peanut butter burger is delicious, so you'll get that right consistency at 117 degrees. That thing is bubbling.
So you gonna burn the peanut butter?
Never done that before. I don't know if I want to try it. Doesn't sound appetizing, but you never know. Don't knock it till you try it. That's what they've always said, right?
How about this, though, man? If you put that peanut butter sandwich on a racetrack with triple digits like it is at 117, that'll give you a fried peanut butter jelly sandwich very quick, Jeremy.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. That sounds good, a fried one.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah. Wow. Well, good evening to you, my friend. Hopefully you've had a good start to your week. It is almost the end of the week. We worked together on Monday. We're back together tonight, and the Munster Mile never disappoints, buddy. We'll get your thoughts of that track in just a moment because it is a hot one. Triple digits, and we're ready to introduce the starting lineup for round number 10 of the Delaware 150 here at Dover Motor Speedway. On the pole, quick qualifier, Cole Raz is in the house. Real late model ARCA super late model superstar. Good to see him again with a 76. And Ryan Bay has been a great season for him. He's on the outside of the 29 on row 1. Row 2, Kevin Smith for the 00. And Troy Daggett, the 99, will start in third and fourth. Row number 3, Kyler Hope. Good to see Kyler Hope in the house from Flow Racing and the Cars Store. Look forward to seeing him in a few weeks at Caraway. And Toby Ritter's looked really quick in practice. He will, however, start 6th on the outside of row 3. Row number 4 will find the legend Frank Harris in the number 77 and Brett Johnson in the number 7 machine on row number 4. Row 5, top 10, Ray Partridge in the 08 in a Partridge and a Pear Tree will find Jeremy Brian Barnes in the 4, former Northwest Cup champion. He'll start 10th.
And the rest of the field, row 6, Tyler King in the 21 at 12th place, John Ottenbacher in the 89, row 7, 13th place, Jeff Stabnow in the 24, Stephen Paulison in the 58, P14. P15, Dana Rogers in the 07 to his outside, 16th, Stephen Bartlett, the 23, row 9, 17th will be Dennis Moore in the 44, 18th, Kirk Mills in the 651, row 10. And Sean Breitzman in the 46, Chris White in the 19, row 11. Will be Ron Hunter in the 30, Roy Grande Jr., car number 11. Row 12, the last person to take grid tonight, Scott Hutchison in the 91. That's going to round up the 23 car starting lineup here for tonight.
And we got another guy in the back there, Kurt Mills. Kurt Mills is going to try to start 23rd. I don't think he qualified, if you will, Jeremy, but he is signed in on the entry list. So we will see where he will end up. Actually, they're saying he qualifies 18th, so I'm seeing Kurt Mills. He's just not in the right position yet. So nonetheless, we are ready to go. Back to what we talked about, the mission at hand. Sean Breitzman winning last week at Nashville, Jeremy, but we're on a Munster Mile here at Dover Motor Speedway. Concrete, and this track, my friend, is hot.
Yeah, cooking, man. The concrete is not going to be unforgiving or forgiving at all. It's gonna chew these things up. So a lot of grip in these cars, these tires. So you got big grip with a hot surface. You better believe this thing is going to get rubbered up. It is going to get tight or loose in a hurry. These guys have a handful to deal with. But you know what? as a viewer, it's going to be a blast. Fun to watch.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. We're looking forward to bringing it to you, ladies and gentlemen, as the pace car drops onto the pit lane. We'll give you the track dimensions in just a moment. As here they come out of turn 4. Green flag is in the air out of they work out of that Echo Park Automotive Restart Zone here at the newly updated Dover Motor Speedway. And you have got to race 150 miles, 150 laps. It is going to be slippery, greasy fun as they work into turn 3.
We're one lap in. We already got a lead change here. Going to Ryan Bay, who started red hot early on in this season. Hit a little mid-season lull, and now he's looking to maybe get back on top of that horse and continue to get that point lead, to do well. And early on, he's got the jump shot here, but can he maintain the pace? Right now, it's blistering fast. Can't run qualifying laps every single time in this field, Wesley. Real quick to go single file. Whoa, one car back in there, the yellow car. Couldn't tell if that was wrong. Dana Rogers or whatnot. They got quick and loose off of turn 4 early. But they're still single file on the backstretch, lap 3.
Yeah, already got about 12 cars or so that will file from at least Bay down to Stab down. Everyone else's conga line knows to tell us that conveyor belt works off turn 4. We are just getting started. We're also past the top of the hour. We'll pause quickly for 10 seconds of station identification. If you're listening on CRN, the Community Radio Network, this is the ARCA Northwest Racing Series from Dover.
Community Radio Network, WCRN 87.9 FM, Clayton County, Raleigh, North Carolina, USA. We are CRN.
And we are so glad that you're joining us. The Valvoline colors of that car way off the pace. There is a problem now into the wall, into the safer barrier. The number 77 of Frank Harris. And whatever's going on with his car, it has not triggered a caution, but he has damaged the 77 Ford there, Jeremy.
Oh, they start off on the backstretch. Oh my gosh, 2 or 3 cars involved in this one. We need to take another look at that if we can.
And the number 3 got a piece of it as well.
Wow. That was a hard impact there on the back straightaway.
That's Toby Ritters, who was so quick in practice. He looked really, really good. Now he struggles and has damage on his race car. And remember, Jeremy, they do not have a fast repair in this series.
No fasty. Those guys are going to be out of the race contention for any type of top 5, top 10 already. 7 laps in. We're getting word from our senior pit reporter correspondent there, Mr. Charles Wooten, saying number 3, Toby Ritters, salt to the wound, pit entrance violation. He has got a black flag to serve on top of a well-damaged race car.
Wow. That's all I can say. Too early for that. Cannot be making these mistakes in the early going. And that's exactly what just happened. It is now Ryan Pay in the lead now. And that number 29 Chevrolet Cole Brass back to second. In the number 76 machine. There you see him right there. Got that same type of wrap job on the Unical 76 car that he drives in the Northwest Super Late Model Series, the Snowball Derby, ARCA Northwest, and more. The ARCA West Series, I meant to say. Yeah.
Lap number 9, coming up to lap 10. We did see our first repeat winner of the season, Mr. Sean Breitzman. One Lime Rock, surprisingly. And it took Nashville Fairgrounds, the race that we did not broadcast. So, he's back-to-back wins. And he started way in the back here tonight. Where's Breitzman right now? He's currently sitting. He's 18 seconds back, so 21st. So not the start he's wanting to do for maybe a 3-peat. I don't think he's going to have the speed for it, but that's kind of an interesting stat for those who didn't catch that last race. Sean Breitzman back-to-back the past 2 weeks.
Still has, if you will, plenty of time to hopefully refix whatever type of issues he's having right now. Be able to get back in gear.
We're started from pit road, so that's probably why he's back there 18 seconds. and based on his pace all by himself, he's kind of hanging tight, 18.6 to 18.8. So there he is. If he runs these laps, he's almost on par with the race leader, Ryan Bay, right now, who has led every single lap of this race. He took the lead on lap number 1 and has not looked back. Look at that gap, 2.7, 13 laps in. That's an impressive start, Preston.
It really is.
Oh, man.
Of course,
okay.
at the Munster Mile, and we got a crash. Oh, my.
Where's the caution?
Multiple
No
cars
caution?
involved.
All right,
There it is. It had to trigger a caution. The 11 involved, of course. Roy Grande Jr., Dana Rogers, Stephen Paulison. Trouble on the bottom of the racetrack, I believe, going into turn number 3 and 4. And this is where it all went bad. My goodness, what a hit. Roy Grande, nowhere to go. I think that was, wow, somebody really, was that Ottenbacher?
He usually runs a green car.
Involved.
Yeah, I was looking for the green car, but it said 89 on the door. That's Ottenbacher who's going to start this thing.
That's John Ottenbacher. Let's see what happened to Ottenbacher. Man, he lost momentum down the back straightaway. Watch this again. This is John Ottenbacher to trigger our first caution of the race here.
That looks like computer issues. The monitor went out. He didn't get loose. The car just turned down the track and never looked back. So there were some hardware issues on the computer end for his car just to drive to the bottom like that and cost the big one early.
And might I tell you, that was a big hit indeed. Watch, wow, man, oh man. We're under caution here. And Charles, can we go to the production truck and show this again? Maybe look at Roy Grande on the 11 car, the Nerds Candies number 11, and see what kind of hit that was. Man, what a hit. As we are under the caution flag here. And you know, Jeremy, this is the typical Dover, man. You never know what type of racetrack you'll get. You might get a race where it is calm, cool, collected, and then you might get a race where it is a wreck fest. It might be good, and then we have cautions and bring cautions, and you just never know what miles the Munster will provide here at Dover.
Yeah, Dover is one of those tracks, exactly how you described it. It is, I don't usually find this track in the middle of those two categories. It's either far destruction or it's far calmness, and you know, that's it. So tonight, we're 16 laps in. We've seen some massive hits twice now in this race. That time, the second one's going to bring out, what, 5 cars with damage, 5, maybe 6, 2 cars probably totaled. We got 2 or 3 parked already, and we're just getting started, man. That was 2 hard hits early on. You mentioned no fast repair, so they're not getting that thing repaired all the way. We got 1 to go. Yeah, we got some more action to bring your way.
For the most part, they're done. And Charles is our producer slash pit reporter. Got an update for us of what happened on the racetrack there, Charles.
Yes, he talked to John. He said he saw a gnome run across the track and was trying to avoid it. No, that is not the actual. That's just what I made up. No, actually, his computer did not freeze. Just the graphics, like his monitor froze. He had no control.
Wow. There you
Monitor froze. Yeah, it had to be computer hardware issues. That thing it looked like he just let go of the wheel. And Jesus can't even take care of that.
Yeah, you said that. You said that this is something that that happened with technical issues.
Surprisingly, this is not the first incident I've heard of monitors or like the graphics part freezing up. We've actually had that happen in our real life work as well.
Zone and the green flag back out again. They're talking about some more technical issues that either happened in virtual or even on real life, for that matter.
I always hate when my graphics card goes out in my real life car. It's terrible.
I have, Charles came to sing the day one time. Charles came to save the day one night. Charles, come on now, man. That computer ain't been messed up in 3 years since you fixed it. Or you fixed it. He fixed it. We're back to Hey, Jeremy, by the way, man, I'm happy because there will be a Game 7 between the Indiana Pacers and the Oklahoma City Thunder. I'm so glad that the Pacers beat the Thunder tonight.
You know, I would have thought we had one car hard in the wall, by the way, there in the back, about 7th grade. That might have been Partridge or King. Couldn't tell exactly who there, but yeah, Game 7 in my state, state of Florida, just won back-to-back championships in hockey. Back-to-back Stanley Cup. So,
yeah,
there is that part.
I could care less about the Florida Panthers.
I know, but I'm not a huge hockey fan, but it's Florida team winning a championship, so I am A-okay with that. Here's Raz, back to the lead, Cole. Hot swap-a-roni and cheese right here in turn 3. No, actually, no. Ryan gets pitched on 76. Taking the lead here. Second lead change of the night, but Game 7, and that's tomorrow night, correct?
That's right. No. Game 7 will be, I think, Saturday night. Because they have to go back.
They run Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday.
That's right. They have to go back to. They got to go back to Oklahoma for Game 7.
Yeah, they run
Game
Tuesday,
7.
Thursday,
But
Saturday.
I'll tell you this much, though, man. If the Indiana Pacers play them tonight the way that they played against Oklahoma in Game 7, they're going to win it. And I'd love to see the Indiana Pacers win the NBA Finals. Back to the race, though, at hand. Koraz up in front. If you're wondering, that name is a staple of the Northwest Racing Series on iRacing. He also competes
Tyler
Whoa,
King.
trouble! Tyler King! Sideways, speeds up in front of traffic and gets into the machine of, I believe, Ron Hunter. The 30 of Ron Hunter. Nowhere to go. Tyler King, Ron Hunter, spin on the front straightaway and another caution out. Second of the night. Wow.
You gotta hold the brakes, Tyler. Man, I thought for sure he was gonna rest it in the center of the field, but he didn't even touch the brake. That thing drove right up the track, right in front of you. You said Ron Hunter. We're gonna confirm that just now. There's the hook.
It is.
Jeff Stab now just destroying Tyler.
Right there. Bam. There's Ron Hunter. Nowhere to go, man.
And look how much that broke that whole axle, man. That thing is kicked. It's crab walking hard after that impact. So 2 more cars with severe amount of damage, 25 into 150 lap racing. These guys are dropping quick tonight.
Unfair for those guys, man, especially. Watch this again. Cole Raz still in the lead, but watch Tyler King. That ain't your mouth, but just out. And a hit. Nowhere to go, though. And that little thud you just heard was the sound of Ron Hunter getting into him down the front straightaway here at the Munster Mile. Caution out again. Boy, we are just getting started. Cars around the pit lane. We're going to take one as well. Still 125 remaining here. 25 in. Top 5 as we go to break includes Cole Raz, Ryan Bay, Kevin Smith, Kyler Hope, and Ray Partridge here at Dover Motor Speedway. We are back after this.
Hi, welcome to Day Motorsports. Come on, check out what we got.
Thank you for keeping Day Motorsports in business for over 50 years.
You've probably seen us all over the racing world and doing a lot of racing designs for events and race teams, but we also do a lot of stuff from small boutiques in small cities all the way up to Fortune 500 companies. Your brand deserves to be seen. We print on more than just shirts, hats, jackets, bags, and much, much more. Custom corporate branding starts here.
Last corner, last lap, pass.
Keto, potatoes, leave me alone.
Absolutely destroyed.
It's our
The
producer,
third
man. He
caution of the
always makes
night
everybody
is
think we're crazy.
the third caution of the night flies inside the booth as Charles destroys Wesley at turn 5.
Turn 5, turn something. Welcome back to coverage. James Blunt, thank you. He says ARCA brakes strike again.
Yeah,
that might be true. We go back to green.
It's a very easy term to use in the series. I wonder why. But
And remember, Jeremy,
green.
there's no fast repairs. If you wreck your car, man, you pretty much put yourself on the trailer if it's really badly damaged, unless you go on the damaged vehicle policy to take time to fix it.
Yep, absolutely. It is, and these are short laps, shorter compared to 23 seconds a lap, maybe 24. So that's not much time, even under pacing. When you get a caution, you have what, 45 seconds. Half the cars are damaged, probably have over a minute or two of repairs. So you're going several laps down before it's all said and done. It's not a good place to wreck, and there's nowhere to go when you do it. If you don't know Dover by now, you got the infield wall that's staring at you in the face all lap long. You see it right there. There's no room. Very dangerous track.
Hey, by the way, don't forget to join us tomorrow night from, of course, Wake County Speedway, coverage of the Denny's of Garner 165 NASCAR regional action. Of course, that'll be on Friday. Saturday, we've got coverage of racing action as well. Tri-County Speedway. Make sure you plan to join us for that. And Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern and 8 Eastern on CRN, as well as Elevated TV coverage of the Robbins Racing Indy 500. AI Indy 500. So how about this, Jeremy? The entire real roster of the 109th Indy 500 having their own virtual race. And we have been going at it since Tuesday with practice, qualifying, pump day tonight. 33 cars are locked in, and they will race. As well as the inaugural iRacing Indy 500 on Sunday. I promise you, I'm not lying, Jeremy. This is, yes, sir. I'm serious.
What car are they running? They can't be running.
They are, dude. It is. You've got to watch it. I can't give all the details away. I've been given little snippets. Charles seen a little sample of it, but there will be an Oscar Mayer iRacing Indy 500 before the Robbins Racing AI Indy 500 on Sunday afternoon. You can't make this up. I promise you.
That'd be a blast if iRacing laser scanned the actual IndyCar that raced during the weekday at Indianapolis. Just for this race.
But,
okay, I'm excited now. You said 2 p.m. Sunday. We're going to watch the Weenie 500 on iRacing.
The Weenie 500 will be 3 laps, and it will be before the official 33-car field iRacing Indy 500.
I love it. Okay. And you're calling the action, huh?
I am. Yes, sir. Yes.
That's going to be fun for you. That's all different.
Well, I've done an Indy 500 before. I've done one on LSRTV before. We had an iRacing Indy 500. We had a Majors. Do you remember the Majors series when it used to be around? Is it still around? I think it is. Yeah, we used to broadcast the European circuit, I think is what it was called. As we got one to the wall. Hold on there.
99 Troy Daggett, possibly?
Yes, sir. It was Daggett. He walloped the wall there hard.
He's a little off pace down the back straightaway. Yeah. Decent hit for sure. That's got to be cool, man. How does it translate? What would you think's more fun, doing the real life stuff or doing the iRacing stuff? This is way more relaxed, but I'm sure being on the track's a lot of fun, right?
So I can tell you that the way that I broadcast a real race is very similar to the way that I broadcast iRacing. On it.
You being you, it's perfect. No big.
Me being me. Don't listen to Charles in the background. He's talking smack. Talking about Knowles. That's all I know.
That's that CRN exclusive feed that they get to hear.
That's right. Uncut. I got to put an E after every broadcast.
It's not
we
E for everyone, let me tell you that.
We run commercial for those that are listening, okay? We weren't live on the air. We're on the... Yeah.
It's not a video game label E. It's definitely the music label E.
Exactly. That's it. Rated E for everybody.
It's E for explicit when it comes to Charles over here. Downing bottles of Frank's Red Hot Sauce at 10 p.m. is wild. Tabasco sauce at 10 p.m. is wild. So. Do what you gotta do.
Right.
Tabasco challenge at 10 p.m. We're at Dover.
Did you eat your peanut butter jelly sandwich? Was it good?
I snuck it in.
There you go.
Had my little drinky for the night, then I got me a PB&J. We're rocking, man.
We're closing in on 100 laps to go. If you're keeping up with 50 lap segments, 1/3 of the way. Remember, this series does not have stages or whatnot. The lap 75 would be the halfway mark of the race. This track is 1 mile in length. And can we look at the track temperatures again as we're closing in on 50 laps of this race, Charles? Look at the bottom right, presented by Kaufman Creative. And look at how hot the track conditions are. My goodness, look at this.
So that's not a sun with clouds. That's an egg being posed on the right inside there, that image. It's going to be scrambled by the time all these cars are getting done wrecking here tonight. 116 just dropped 1 degree, so you know that's just still blistering hot. And the winds too, not like they're playing any factor, but 14-mile-an-hour winds. At least the crew members, the breeze as their feet just get demolished sitting on pit road. Waiting for these cars to come down pit road one more time, but yeah, one car in the wall there, mid pack. Looks like he's going to be A-OK. 45 laps in. And here's the press box top 5. Cole Raz not looking back since taking the lead from Ryan Bay, who's now still in 2nd place. Kevin Smith in the 0-0 3rd. Ray Partridge 4th. New name coming as we get one more in the wall. Off the turn 4, but that's your top 5 right there. Pretty stationary top 5 too. But look at the pylon. You got 5th through about 9th that are all in that same 2nd category. And that's about what you're watching right now. Is this next?
You're exactly right. As we continue to keep a look at it. By the way, that's the top 5 scoring pylon presented by the Press Box Motorsports podcast. Will it ever come back? We don't know. Find out whatever Charles feels like to do it.
As iRacing calls it, that's a legacy.
It was a legacy.
Content. Right there. Now, my actual question here is, this track was one of the first in the iRacing 3D artwork refresh.
Yes,
everything
right. Yes,
3D.
It was.
The pit, or the victory lane is open. This is one of 2 tracks that actually had, or 3, one of 3 tracks that has an actual victory lane. You can drive right into it for pit road. Do these drivers know it? And if whoever wins tonight, they better park their car there. It's not really a question. It's more of an answer.
They need to after they get destroyed, right? I mean, after they get destroyed. You just can't see every ticked off car coming down the pit lane crashing. You know.
Yeah, that's true.
The smart
So
thing to do is for the winner. The smart thing would be for the winner to get to victory lane immediately, and then have everybody else crash each other from second on back.
There you go. Or whoever has the kill shot has to push the winner into victory circle.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, like a tow truck.
Yeah. Tow Mater out there helping them out.
Dover Motor Speedway, of course, now owned by Speedway Motorsports Incorporated. Hence the name change, because it used to be Dover International Speedway, Dover Raceway, Dover Raceway, Dover Speedway. Now it is now known for 2 years as Dover Motor Speedway. It is a 1 mile, 1.6 kilometer concrete oval, 24 degrees of banking in the turns, 9 degrees of banking on the front straightaway and the back straightaway. The track is nicknamed the Monster Mile due to its challenging layout and high banking. 48 feet in the straightaways for racing with 58 feet in the turns. It's wide, it's fast, but it is tricky to figure out though. And we have noticed that within the first 50 laps of this race, Jeremy.
Yeah, you can already tell. We've seen countless cars already hit the outside wall off the turn 4, especially. But turn 2 is the same exact way. It's one of the most difficult oval tracks when it comes to corner exit, because the wall doesn't swoop out like most tracks do. It's just a hard cut, bam, and it goes right to the straightaway.
That's right.
This is the same shape as Homestead, but Homestead, those corners widen out. This one, nope. Like you come off corner, you're ramping up off the corner that drops down, up onto the high part of the shelf of the straightaway. So you're going launching into the air, and you have to turn the car sharp to avoid the wall. As you see, one almost hit the wall there. It's just a tough track. And then you have to manage tires on top of it. And then you have to manage 116 degrees on top of that.
Yeah, you're right.
And then you have to manage getting loose and not hitting the wall on the inside. So it's just such a different track.
Look at the aerial coverage as all presented by LSRTV, your home for
right.
We got trouble from up top of the aerial coverage. It looks like Brian Barnes about got turned in the 4.
There's Troy Daggett, Brian Barnes involved in that one. They keep it going straight. We're going to stay green, but damage. Who's that with the damage right there in the DQ? He's off pace a lot.
Yes, sir. By the way, there are 6 cars already out of the race. Believe it or not, of the 23 that started, 6 cars are out. Hunter, Ottenbacher, Bartlett, Grande, Ritters, and Harris. 2 cars are a lap down, multiple laps down, including Paulison and Rogers. 11 laps down and 16 laps down. And there's only 15 cars on the lead lap from Raz to King. And Tyler King is 21 seconds back to the leader, Cole Raz. And remember, he had a little hiccup at the start of the race, if you remember, Jeremy.
How's he out here? He was the one who just... I'm so confused here, Wesley.
Right.
Help me out. He slammed the inside wall with the nose of that car, but somehow he doesn't have a rear end. I know he got hit by Ron Hunter. But how does he have a nose clip that looks so clean? I'm just confused.
That got me. Maybe it was a glancing blow off the wall. You know, remember, there's no fast repairs in this series. You know.
And it's also kind of ironic. I have the YouTube feed on my right monitor. At the moment we talk about that wreck, the wreck actually happens on lap 24 on the YouTube feed. I have it not live, so I'm kind of like watching it in the past and present. So
there's about a 30
it was kind of weird that
delay
came up at the same
anyway,
exact time. It's fine.
Right. When this thing hits 88 miles an hour, you're going to see some.
That's right. Oh, absolutely. 60 laps in now. We're 91 to go.
I think they're going faster than 88 miles an hour, aren't they? They got to be.
Times
right?
2. Times 2. They're doing what, $140? These ARCA cars, 135, 140, 153. I know the Cup cars can get to 160. And these cars are similar-ish in power.
Yes.
But they also have that tall spoiler, so they have to have a little more drag to take care of. So 153 is still blazing fast.
they're still getting it around here, man. They're putting on a good show. We're glad that you're joining us. And I got a feeling we'll see. Yep, here we go. Green flag pit stops started. Kirk Mills, car 651. There you go. Kirk
There
Mills.
has to
That's
be a
new
reason.
driver.
Yeah. Why do you choose 651? That's such an oddly specific number.
That's how they know the rookie drivers.
Our senior rule book correspondent, Charles Wooten, says rookies have to run the number
I think it's
triple
his zip
digits.
code. I think it's his zip code.
Do we have driver? I'm going to look up driver location. This is actually a great question.
That's what I'm about to do. Driver zip code.
Yeah,
Or,
we're doing
I'm going
this
to
in
put
real
zip
time.
code 651. Zip code 651. There we go.
I can pull them up on the YouTube UI.
Or I'm sorry, that's not a zip code. That's an area code. That's
I
an
knew what you
area
meant
code
by that.
651. And that's Minnesota area code. So, yeah.
Snow cone. Check this guy out.
Either he's from Minnesota or, it just, he just likes 651. And Minnesota's in the Northwest. It's not in the Northwest. It's in the Midwest. So, yeah.
He has his location kind of turned off. It just says he's from the U.S., so I can't get you more down in location.
There you go. Driver X, right? So,
Driver X. Welcome
to the series. Hey, by the way, Jeff Stabnow tonight, career start for NASRA for the Northwest Racing Series. Career start number 475 for the ARCA Northwest Series tonight and the Northwest altogether since its inception. How about this on the road to 500, Jeremy? Career start number 475 and Sean Brightsman, road course winner and Nashville winner last week. Right behind him, career start number 442.
That still blows my mind. 442 starts with this league.
And 475 for Jeff Stabnow. He's the all-time leader.
475. He is 20. Is that including tonight?
Yes, that counts tonight's right. Yes, sir. Yes.
So he's got 25.
That's what it is.
Until 500 starts.
That's right.
For an online league, it is very difficult for an actual driver to do that in the series in the top tier of NASCAR. And this guy is doing it on the virtual side. It's true dedication for Jeff Stabnow.
And remember, Sean Brightsman won career win 79 at Nashville last Thursday. He won on Monday, Jeremy. That was his 80th career win. By the way, he leads the all-time win list at 80 wins. And that's something that he's carried for, about 3 years now. Over Mark Walsh. Mark Walsh had 53 career wins. Dan West Jr. has 52. Jeff Stabnow with 42. And Devin West in the top 5 with 35 career wins. But the man with the most is Sean White.
So impressive. You hear those numbers? That's a lot. 80 to 53, first to second. That's a big gap. The competition, I feel like, has picked up compared to last year. So he's going to have a much more harder time to dial in any more numbers to that stat column. Like Ryan Bay and Razzie.
It really have.
Apparently, in real time.
We have a
You
debate.
have to.
And it is a debate, and we'd love to hear from our audience. And I will tell you, honestly, if it's not open, I keep the mustard in the cabinet. When I open it, I put it in the refrigerator.
That is the only correct answer.
Okay.
I have 2 of them in my fridge right now, and it says on the packaging for Refrigerate after opening.
You have to put mustard in the refrigerator. I want to hear your voice. Hello.
Oh, man, we got a wreck. Second caution tonight.
We have a caution out. By the way, no, this is the third caution of the race. Watch this.
Third caution.
Kyler Hope.
Kyler, 13.
Elevate TV. That's one of his iRacing events. And whoa!
No.
Oh, man. Was that him and I think it's him and Kevin Smith that got together. Him and Kevin Smith on lap 75. Just at halfway, by the way.
You can't avoid anything when you get in trouble here. That was such a hard hit again. These guys are tearing down the walls.
So here it is.
Official answer coming in.
While mustard is a shelf stable and does not require refrigeration for safety reasons, it's generally recommended to refrigerate it after opening to preserve its flavor and quality for longer lasting. Unopened mustard can be stored in a cool, dark pantry. Thank you. Google agrees, AI agrees, and Jeremy, it agrees with me. There you go. I was right. I was right.
So
this is going to be the same guy that tells me that he puts mayonnaise in the cabinet after he opens it up, and it's going to spoil and go bad. Okay, you're smarter than I thought.
For all the people out there, we've been debating
Let
this.
everybody hear you in the world, okay?
We've
Everybody
been
hear you on
debating
the
this for
radio.
a
Everybody hear
while
you
at
on the
my
radio.
work. Do you put mustard in the fridge? No, for safety reasons, you don't have to. Think about this. Anybody that goes to Whataburger or Burger King and you have those little squirt pumps that have mustard and ketchup in them, they're not refrigerated.
No, that's not true. They do keep them in a big thing, and then they put them in a container.
Yeah,
to make it
they're
where
not
you squirt it
refrigerated
out.
during the day. And if you go to a
How the hell do you come up with this
steakhouse
stuff for us when we're live on the air talking about damn mustard?
and you go
What
to a
is wrong with you?
steakhouse, they don't put the ketchup in the fridge either, because ketchup can last like a couple month or so because of the acidic in their acid stuff in the tomatoes.
Jeremy, please help me. Jeremy, please.
You don't. Mustard does not have to be refrigerated for safety reasons.
This is just pure entertainment right here. I'm just...
I mean, where does he come up with this stuff, man? Like, seriously.
I've never put my mustard in the fridge, ever. It's sitting in my cabinet.
This man has downed a bottle of Tabasco sauce, and then now talking about mustard.
I will say, like, honey mustard, stuff like that, yes. It goes,
Honey mustard has to be in the fridge. It
But,
has
like,
to be in the fridge.
regular,
I think
Heinz
it's
mustard
okay.
does not.
Jeremy, are we in agreement? We're getting ready for a restart. Cole Raz in the lead. Brian Bay still in the front row as we're in the second half of this race. But I think we're all in agreement. It's common sense. As long as the mustard's not originally open, it's okay in the cabinet. But once you open it, to be safe,
It's
you put it in
completely
the
okay in
damn
the cabinet. That's where mine gets stored. That's where the grocery stores stock it.
I mean,
But
exactly.
once you open it, green flag.
I mean, I even feel the same
here.
way about salad dressing, ranch dressing, Thousand Island, French, whatever. When it's not open, as long as it's in the cabinet, it's fine. But when you finally break that seal and you pop a top and you open it, you got to put it in the refrigerator. Okay, back to the race. We are in the second half of the race. Jeremy Stanley, Charles Wooten. Please have your mustard, put in the cabinets and then put in the freezers after you open them immediately to help control the pet population.
I do have one note to add, but I will save it. But there you go.
Go ahead. We get back to the race on lap 8. Go ahead, Jeremy. What were you going to say? What were you going to...
Last note here. We're talking about mustard being safe. That's fine. That's one thing. How can when you buy a protein shake that's off the dry shelf, it says then the first ingredient on the label says grade A milk, but it's dry, not in a cold location. Explain that one to me.
I have no idea. I think it's the seal of freshness. When you pop the seal, then you gotta put it in the refrigerator, or it's gonna go
becomes
bad.
bad after.
All that thought battle for the lead. It is. Ryan Bay now outside, trying to get around Koraz. Koraz will throw the block on him, get right back in front. As looking, speaking on the inside, Christopher White right there on the bottom. Pulls alongside Ryan Bay, who led second for most of the first half of the race. Now White to the inside, wants the P2 spot. He's going to carry Brightsman with him there, Jeremy, and they're going to settle it out back into the corner into 1 and 2.
Good battle for the race lead. We've seen the leader break out into a big lead every single time. Glad to see a little side-by-side action here. Enjoying this view from his mirror, as Christopher White's going to be almost. It's been the 29 and the 76 on the top 2 spots. Christopher White almost broke that streak there. So close. Now he's going to follow suit behind Ryan Bay. Brightsman, remember he's won the last 2 races. Look where he's at, P4.
Christopher White down on the inside. Brightsman there on the bottom. And look at this. The Blizzard, Dairy Queen, Toyota Camry. By the way, Sean Brightsman trying to go for a hat trick in the Northwest Racing Series. He won at Nashville last Thursday. Actually, yeah, he won at Nashville last Thursday. Then he won this past Monday in the Northwest Series. And now he is trying to win here again. If he does, it's a hat trick, and it's 3 wins in a row.
He's got to break this speed of the 29 and 76. Now he's finally put himself in a spot, starting at the pits, took these couple cautions, moved on up. Now he's in the top 5 with the same amount of time. Oh, 1 car hard in the wall there. It's going to be, what, Partridge? I think there, who slams the outside. So he might back up a little bit further here, but yeah, Brightsman might indeed have a chance here.
And by the way, speaking of hat trick in Northwest competition, also, if he wins this race tonight, Sean Brightsman will have won 3 in a row for the ARCA Northwest Racing Series, because he won at Lime Rock Park back on June the 5th, last week at Nashville, not to count his win on Monday at Homestead, Miami. But if he wins this one tonight at Dover, it's 3 in a row for the Northwest, but it's also 3 wins in a row in the Northwest ARCA Series. They call that a hat trick. They call it a hat trick. We love hockey. We just don't like the Florida Panthers. Tic-tac-toe, 3 in a row. There you go.
Tic-tac-toe, 3 in a row.
Jeremy, how hot is it? We were talking about track teams. Can we see the first half of the race summary presented by Virginia811.com? Is it a pop up on the screen now as we're closing in on the second half of the race? Just about 15-minute laps after halfway. There it is. 3 cautions in the first half. 9 caution lap. 1 lead change as it's been Cole Raz up in front. That's presented by Virginia811.com, reminding you to dig with care. Call before you dig, especially in the summer. And let's look at the weather conditions again, presented by Kaufman Creative. Jeremy, let's see how hot it's got now, man. Look at this. Wow.
It's cooled down 2 degrees, but still hot AF. Oh, no, Ryan Bay.
Oh, no, Ryan Bay.
No. The guy who started
Ryan
second
Bay was second, spinning. Oh, no.
Second fastest car of the year. Got to get wrecked on lap 92. Here we
3
go.
wins
We're
of
gonna
the
see
year
what
for
happens.
Ryan Bay. He was right behind Cole Raz most of this race. Let's see what happened to the 29. I wonder if Christopher White might have got into him a little bit. We'll find out. There it is.
Yeah, he
did. Baby.
It's like he's gonna be fine. That's an easy repair, but man, it's gonna set him back quite a bit of time to catch back up to that top 5. Rear end.
I don't think that was
damage.
intentional, though. Do you, Ryan? I mean, Jeremy, I think that Christopher had a run and they just were trying to make a move on the exit of the corner and just kind of got into him a little bit. I don't think it was an intentional taking out off of turn 4.
Absolutely nothing intentional about it. It's just these corners are so tough. We talked about it. You ramp off the corner exit, the car gets tight, and then of course these walls they don't play well, so they cut you off and things happen. And we see that. But now who's looking at second place? I talked about the 46 needing the 29 and 76 to be all on the same playing field to have a chance. Now the 29 just got wiped out. And now Brightsman's going to start P2 on the start. Has a chance for the lead. This guy's catching all the breaks here this evening to get back to the spot from starting in pit. So basically last place to almost first at 100 laps at Dover. It's impressive, man.
It is. It is.
And we have one to go. That stat, the last caution we had, you looked at the race summary for the first half. What I liked about that stat the most is 3 caution laps per caution. You see these 1.5 or 2 mile tracks with 4 laps, sometimes even 5 laps. Not Dover, they're not playing. They do 3 and out. So I love a quick caution cycle. Not if your car's damaged, of course, but for us watching, it's a good sight to have 3 laps per caution.
Oh yeah, for sure. We'll get ready to give you a top 10 as the lights are off on the pace car. Getting ready for a restart. Cole Rash, Sean Brightsman down the front row. Dennis Moore, Chris White, row 2. Ray Partridge, Jeff Stabnow, row 3. Brett Johnson, Troy Daggett. And then you've got Brian Barnes and Ryan Bay, who even though had his little slip up, he's only back into the top 10. That's it. Tyler Field, Kevin Smith, Kurt Mills came down to the pit lane. And that is why Ryan Bay is back in 9th, actually. Pace car gets ready to drop back onto the pit lane. It veers to the bottom of the apron. The field makes their way back to the Echo Park restart zone. As we are closing in on 55 laps to go here in this race. 56 remaining. Green flag back in the air. And what started as 23 might be down to, 14 left. Process of elimination as we go back to green here at Dover.
Much more of a clean breakaway for the top 2 here. Brightsman all over Mr. Cole Rash. Into turn 3. Brightsman likes to take, door contact does a 19. I thought he was going to cause another wreck. Oh, but he does. Oh, my God.
Hold on there with Dennis left.
I feel like Dennis Moore, I think, was maybe chasing Christopher White. They had door contact through 3, through 4, did not let him go. Finally did shove the 44 to the outside wall. Not intentional, of course. Man, quick comeback down the track. Almost wrecked. Oh, no, there's more. More contact. Dennis Moore and Troy Daggett at the same time playing dominoes out here.
Now, Dennis Moore. Definitely the points leader of the Monday. Oh, Jeff Stabnow spins in the back straightaway. Slams up against the inside pit wall. And the caution is out. Heading towards lap 1.
We have a caution.
The pedestrian bridge in turn 3. Caution out. Who got into it?
Hearing that Stabnow wrecked the 44, at least by the stat page. Let's see what the visuals say. No, this is not.
Dennis Moore and Stabnow got together. There it is. And remember, Troy Daggett hit the wall before them up ahead.
Stabnow with the worst luck this month and last month. Let me tell you, this guy.
It's not been a good year for him.
He needs a refresh. He needs a
It's not
new
been a
paint
good
schemes, new everything.
Here's a look at it again. Look at this. There's Dennis Moore. I don't see Dennis did anything wrong. Stabnow not doing anything wrong. They just came down on one another, and there he goes.
Good night. 24 to the inside wall, left front damage, maybe some toe issues in this car. We'll
You think
figure
he's
that
out?
Looks like no, like it looks like he's towed out just a little bit. I saw a little bit of that right front sticking past the fender. So it's probably about a minute or so worth of damage. It might put him a lap down, but he's not going to be out of the scene.
Another caution is out. We'll take a quick break. We will be back as well for station identification. We're taking a break on CRN. We have more coverage from Dover as we close into the final 50 laps at the Munster Mile.
Community Radio Network, WCRN 87.9 FM, Clayton, Garner, Raleigh, North Carolina, USA. We are CRN.
Hi, welcome to Day Motorsports. Come on, check out what we got.
Thank you for keeping Day Motorsports in business for over 50 years.
You've probably seen us all over the racing world and doing a lot of racing designs for events and race teams, but we also do a lot of stuff from small boutiques in small cities all the way up to Fortune 500 companies. Your brand deserves to be seen. We print on more than just shirts, hats, jackets, bags, and much, much more. Custom corporate branding starts here.
We're doing things here.
We're back here at Dover. Pace cars in. Echo Park Automotive Restart Zone. We roll with Cole Raz and Sean Brightsman on the front row. Raz gets to go first. He's the pole man.
Tire spin.
The lead car and tire spin it all puts him to the lead, and we are backing away. Wow.
There we go. Brightsman got to recover from that tire spin. The 19 is going to clear Ryan Bay. Watch out for these two. Had that incident about 15, 20 laps ago between the 19 and the 29, but the 29 is going to try to quickly go around the outside here. Gonna get the slingshot off the outside corner. Clears the 29 back to P3 just like that.
Closing in on the 50 laps remaining in the race. Now 48 to go when they come to the line. Cole Raz in the lead. This man has pretty much led since the drop of the green, Jeremy. I mean, nobody has caught this guy. And here's something to think about. He went all the way to halfway on lap 75 on a tank of fuel and tires. And I'm wondering if he's trying to stretch it out here to the end. And I think these cautions at the late rally are helping him save fuel for sure.
Yeah, no, that's definitely the safe bet. It's helping. It's definitely helping. They've not had a true long green flag run. So, I mean, there is some. It's not as bad as what you would think 104 laps into this thing. He's got a 0.34 second gap, now 0.4 over Brightsman here. As they're all starting to trail in right behind the 46. That 76, though, Cole Raz trying to pull away once more. Trying to solidify, which I do believe would be his first win this season. Off of turn 4 here. .2 now. They caught him up just a little bit, as also Ryan is closing in on the 46. We're all closing in on one another here. This could be a little fun battle for everyone inside the top 5 for that matter. We are nose to tail, under 50 laps to go. Brightsman under 2/10. He's moving. He's found something.
Yeah, I'm watching all of this going on. It is exciting. Look at this. Look at Ryan Bay, by the way. The 29 Toyota or Chevrolet. Look at him climb right back into the fight. He is battling Toyota of Sean Brightsman for the number 2 position. And how about Jeremy Kirk Mills? Remember, we talked about rookie drivers being in triple digits. The 651 showing he's a senior prowess. He is right there in the top 5 battling as Partridge goes right up the middle to try to maybe go 3 wide. Instead, he goes to the bottom under Bay.
The outside is effective in these ARCA cars by what I'm seeing so far. Yeah, the 651, first time he's going to be comfortably now inside the top 3 is, oh man, the 08 Ray Partridge tried to squeeze the outside entrance. Or exit rather, did not make it work. They're into the marbles almost here, trying to get that 3rd lane in the groove. Great efforts here by Ray, but Ryan Bay putting a little defense on the 08.
Partridge right there. That's the green and blue number 08 Ray Partridge. His Ford now goes to the inside, gets the block thrown by the Chevrolet of Ryan Bay. Back into the top 5. By the way, Kirk Mills up 20 positions to 3rd. He started this race in 23rd.
Yeah, I mean, Brightsman technically started in last because he started with pits. And then you got this guy who started in 23rd. These guys just back to the front. Just major flip-flops here. For a decent amount of the drivers, really, in the front half of the field.
By the way, I want to remind you, join us next week for coverage of iRacing with the Northwest Racing Series as we are under 40 laps to go down here at Dover. Next Monday night, we're going to be, of course, at the Darlington Raceway. Darlington Raceway next Monday night. Next Thursday night, Indianapolis Raceway Park. There goes another fun, fast racetrack, short track style. I love IRP, Jeremy. I think we're going to have fun there next Thursday. And remember, we are taking off for 2 weeks, or at least 1 week, for 4th of July for the Northwest as well. That'll be after next week's event.
2 weeks, potentially only 1 week. Definitely the weekend of the 4th of July.
Yeah, I hope
and
we
IRP,
do the All-Star race. I really do. I hope we do the All-Star race on, what is it, July 7th. I hope we do. I hope we do the All-Star race.
I'm wondering what the holdup is on it. I don't know why they haven't locked us in or not yet.
Told us nothing.
Close to it. Yeah, that'll be fun. And then IRP is one of the newer 3D model tracks, not completely scanned, but all the graphics are up to the 3D visual standards that iRacing has. So I have yet to load that track since the update. I'm sure that's going to be a beautiful facility.
You know, there's been some major updates. Dover Motor Speedway was one of them. Atlanta Motor Speedway, now known as Echo Park Speedway Atlanta, is another. I think Talladega Super Speedway had a major uplift as well on the iRacing server. I think that was, 9 tracks, I believe, in that major update that got the tracks completely facelifted. This was one of them. Remember, for the longest time, it was the Miles the Munster on the wall in Dover, Dover Raceway. Now it's Dover Motor Speedway. You see the SMI insignia. It's amazing what you can do, and I mean this in no disrespect, when you slap some lipstick on the walls and you make it look brand new again, for sure.
all the artwork is 3D now. So the catchment is now 3D. All the pieces of the infield, so the haulers, the buildings, all the insignia, it's all 3D, which is, and it really, truly makes a difference. We used to 2D for so long, and we were like, oh, it's beautiful. And then you put some 3D artwork in there, and it adds some shading, and it just adds depth, and it just makes things come to life. It's well needed. This game, or this simulation's, what, 17 years old, 2008 to 2025. So there's not going to be an iRacing 2. So you have to completely rehaul some things, and eventually they're going to have a new graphics engine entirely. So that'll be coming out in the next 5-ish years. So they're getting set up for it, and right now it's in a great place.
Kind of wonder if we're going to see possibly a craziness happen here with under 30 to go. Remember, drivers last time pitted lap 75. A majority of them did. Right now, Brian Barnes. I just want to hit this. Keep an eye on that number 4. There he is. Brian Barnes came so close to beating, or at least running down Sean Brightsman at Nashville last week. And Brian Barnes, right now, Jeremy, has better tires on his car. He pitted at lap number 98. So did Ray Partridge. I got to wonder if this pitting is better than track position for these two cars, because they're right there in the hunt of things here with about under 30 to go.
Well, they answer that question. I just don't know the exact answer. For me, it's Dover, so I'm coming down the tires. I don't care if I ran 10 laps on it. If I got to put myself in the spot to win, I'm getting these freshies. So that's probably why I don't win as many races as I do, because I don't play the strategy game sometimes like these guys. And it's a tough call. At some tracks, it's a lot easier. It really is. This one, you don't know when the cautions are coming out. It's been so sporadic. We've seen them early. We've seen them late. You don't want to run too long on a set. So it's just possible depending on what you want to do here.
Closing in on 25 remaining. 25 remaining. Have you got anything for Cole Raz? My goodness, Jeremy, this guy has been strong all day long. I am so impressed with the drive Cole Raz has had. And I think if I'm looking at my stats correctly, Cole Raz has net raced in the ARCA Northwest until tonight, I believe, and this will be his first career win.
Yeah, no, he's doing a phenomenal job right now. Maintaining pace, has a decent chance. Looking over on the stats side here. Definitely no wins, no poles. So it's the first time he's going to be on a stat column of any kind if he can get the job done. But he's still 4/10. He's kind of locked in at this range, and now he's mirror driving because Brian Barnes is showing some strong speed lately. Was involved a little bit in one of the earlier cautions. Recovered, put stuff in the top 3 for the first time as well. So we don't know.
Jeremy, here's something to think about. Cole Raz, I think the last time he ran with us in the ARCA Northwest Series was in Phoenix in April. That's a long way ago. April 10th, he finished 3rd behind Ryan Bay, the winner, and Alex Peck 2nd. And that was the last time we've seen Cole Raz race in the Northwest ARCA Series. Been a while.
And April feels like yesterday, but that was 2 months ago. So
yes,
yeah, it's been a minute.
So his 2nd start in the ARCA Northwest Racing Series. Correction, a 3rd. He finished 16th at Charlotte back in May. and struggled. He struggled at Charlotte. So this is actually his third start, Jeremy. And this will be a win for him if he can pull it off.
He's maintaining that half a second range. As we go around some lap traffic here. Mr. Kevin Smith, and they're mirror driving each other, so Cole Raz has got this thing in the books of being as good as Marks for sure. Because everybody else is, they're trying to maintain a pace, not destroy their tires, but at the same time they don't want to lose that position. So this is just going to watch. It's still 0.4, 0.5, but watch Partridge. He's going to start. He's going to go 5, 6, 7. And here comes Brian Barnes, actually. Now, this will be interesting. If he can pass him quick, does he have the speed? You don't know what it looks like on fresh air on the nose of that 4.
That's right.
He might be able to get it here with 18 to go.
Cole Raz in his third start. Got to have, this will be his second top 5, second top 10, and first win if he can pull it off. Right now, the question is what will happen from here, because anything could change. 18 laps to go. Raz over Partridge. Barnes, remember, those are the 2 cars that pitted with new tires on lap 98. Everyone else on lap 75. And we are seeing them quickly try to get to second and third. They do get around Brightsman and Bay, and they're on the hunt to run down Cole Raz with 17 to go here at the line off 4.
Partridge slightly hit the wall for turn 4 exit. The gap went from, oh no, Brian Barnes crosses over Brightsman. Oh,
and there is the late race caution. Brian Barnes crashing on the back straightaway. And this
tonight
changes everything.
I've seen cars get loose over the time here, but 3 wrecks now we've seen car get loose on the outside and get left reared, and then perpendicular smashes the inside wall. And this is another one of those examples.
There it is.
That was a double tap. That was that zombie 2-tap method. Sends the 4 to the inside.
Man. Now, Jeremy, my question is this. Cole Raz has answered it. He's on pit road. Here he comes.
Partridge.
Cole Raz is on pit road. Ryan Bay, Sean Brightsman, Chris White, Tyler King, Troy Daggett. They're all on pit road. Ray Partridge is the new leader.
He stays out. Brett Johnson doing what he has to do. He's going to move up a bunch of spots here. 4 or 5 drivers stay out on this cycle. Wow. I think this is going to work great. I think Ray Partridge, it's a great deal to lead a lap. If it stays green, though, Wes, he's not going to be up there. This tire difference is going to be huge.
Cole Raz, by the way, his 102nd start of the Northwest Racing Series, third for the ARCA Northwest this year. 16 wins, 54 top 5, 74 top 10s for the driver of the 76. And now, mired in the back from pitting, he will end up 7th. Is 15 laps, Jeremy Stanley, enough time to get to the front?
There's going to be time, plenty of time. You're going to see the second and third lane really come into play for Ryan Bay, Cole Raz, Brightsman, everybody else that came down pit road. This will be fun. Watch the tire spin now. The top 5 really have to manage that throttle. We saw Brightsman do it on somewhat fresher tires, but now since we've had a decent amount of green flag laps on them, it is definitely a thing, especially for the leader, though, because if he messes up, it's going to check up the entire field and chaos could ensue. So, got to be on the lookout for it. It might happen.
This will be fun. We're taking a break. No, we're not. Lights off on the pace car. Ray Partridge and Brett Johnson are now on the front row. Dennis Moore right there. The only man that's right behind him, Kirk Mills. What a job for him. These drivers last pitted on lap 98 and 93. The other drivers behind Ryan Bay Cole Raz, Sean Brightman, Chris White, Troy Daggett, Tyler King, Brian Barnes, and even Kevin Smith pitting on lap number 135. It will be 13 laps to go as the pace car drops onto the pit lane, scampers from the field. Echo Park, restart zone, green flag about to fly. Partridge, spinning tires, no. Great launch for the 08. He's off into turn number 1 with 13 remaining. Dennis Moore in hot pursuit into 1.
Kevin Smith, black flag we're hearing, so the driver of the 00 going to come down pit road for that. And Brett Johnson did not drive off that exit or that restart, so he lost quite a few spots, held up the outside lane. Look at the fresh tires, Ryan Bay, Cole Cruz, and Sean Bryce.
Cole Raz, Sean Brightman, and Ryan Bay. You're exactly right. There's contact. Cole Raz almost bounced off of the number 44 more. 3 wide for third, 3 wide for second. Cole Raz to the outside, skipped by both 4 cars, goes to second, and he's looking for the lead as Dennis Moore's in the wall.
Dennis Moore going to go falling back. Oh, more contact. I thought Troy Daggett was going to find the outside wall. We stay green, 10.5 laps to go. Lead change already in effect. Good night, Ray Partridge. Good attempt, not going to happen. 29-19 there around. And here comes the 46 as well, who got checked up out of that. Christopher White trying to sneak in here and get that podium finish.
10 to go. 10 to go, and Cole Raz will not be denied. Even almost got put in the fence. He rallied his way, went by 4 cars in the corner at the pedestrian bridge in 3 on the concrete to go back to the lead. He's not only took the lead with 9 to go, Jeremy, he has pulled away from the field by a half a second or more over Bay, White, Brightsman, King as they work into turn number 2.
Yeah, but this is even going to further that lead there for Mr. Raz in the 76. Christopher White try to make the pass on the inside. Outside too strong. Now here's Brightsman looking to get back to the podium spot here. Going to stay to the outside of the 19. Doors open for him. He's got the advantage. He goes high. He checks up. He tries to make the crossover, and here he goes. He's looking.
7 laps to go. There's the battle now for second. It is Christopher White trying to get on the podium and more. Down to the line. Everyone's single file. How about Tyler King? Remember what happened to him earlier in the race? Somehow, some way, he has fought his way back into the top 5. That's got to be like a win for the 21.
Yeah, no, from that massive crash, I thought he was toast, and here he is, P5. That man, better be thankful at the end of this race he was able to recover for that. 6 laps to go. All Mr. Raz in the 76, 1.1 seconds over Ryan Bay, Christopher White, Sean Brightsman, and Tyler King. 3 and 4 this time. It'll be 5 laps to go.
Open hand from your flagman, 4 fingers and a thumb. 5 remaining. Cole Raz in the lead. There is second, third, fourth. 5th if you count King poking in on your screen on the top right. We're single file. And Bay holding up the rest of these drivers. Chris White's getting impatient, I think, as we sit to 3 and 4 to go. Here he comes. He'll send it in on the bottom. Ryan Bay is holding up these guys behind him at the line.
Yeah, he really is. It's just tough to pass. You got to get to the outside if you're going to make any type of effort. It seems like in these ARCA cars at Dover, 3.5 laps to go. 19 backing up just a little bit. Sean Brightsman maybe has a chance to make that pass attempt one more time, and if he can, I think that might seal the deal for him in P3. 3 laps to go.
Down to the inside. Look at this now. This is the battle for second on back. It's the best battle on the racetrack, obviously. Cole Raz, there he is. You see him from the tail lights, if you will. It's opened up to 1.3 seconds and more over Ryan Bay, Christopher White, Sean Brightsman. 2 laps to go. He's in turn number 1. He's in turn 2. They're in turn 1. There's the interval there, Jeremy, as they're coming to the white flag. Next time around here at Dover.
Yeah, white flag is imminent here. Chris White driving it in deep. Couldn't make it stick. Here we go.
White flag in the air. It is the CRN1 to go. We've got a whole bunch of great things planned for this weekend, including tonight. Cole Raz in his third ARCA Northwest start, looking to win here at dominating fashion at Dover. It will also be career win number 17 of the Northwest Racing Series, Cole Raz. Real super late model ARCA superstar puts his 76 iRacing Ford to victory lane here in the Delaware 150.
And then by 3/1000ths of a second, Sean Breitzman secures the podium for the third straight racing week in a row. He has not been outside the top 3 in the month of June in the ARCA series. So great finish there. But Cole Raz, go get you some. Burn it down, man.
Now, are they going to come back down pit road and, shake, rattle, roll, bump, boogie, crash, all that good stuff? Huh?
Well,
and where is the entrance to victory lane at, Jeremy? You said there was an entrance to victory lane.
Yep, just past the start-finish line. You're going to see it right. Well, if he goes down a little bit further down the straightaway on the right side of your screen, you're going to see that wall cut out, and it'll be there.
So it's right at the midsection.
He backed it out. He doesn't know the rule.
He backed away. What in the world, man? You have to be a
no
part
victory
of the Northwest
lane.
High-five salute.
The drivers came down pit road, but they fooled us on Monday,
Cole.
too. On Monday, they faked us out. They came back out of the track and then destroyed each other. But then, no, Cole. That's not Cole. There's that wall cut out, by the way, for, I think, victory might be a little bit further down.
I see the entrance there on the midsection of pit road. Tyler King is celebrating, by the way. He's burning it down. Burning it down for a top 5. Oh, well, so much for our post-race shenanigans that we always love. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the results of the Delaware 150 here tonight. Jeremy, my buddy, will give his final thoughts. I'll let him get on out of here, get to bed, enjoy Florida weather. It always changes. You never know what you're going to get. And get ready for the weekend. 4th of July quickly upon us, says Cole Raz picks up the win, his first win in the Northwest ARCA Series, 17th of the Northwest Series in all. Ryan Bay will finish second. Sean Breitzman third. The hat trick will come to an end for him. And Chris White will finish in 4th spot. Tyler King, top 5 after having an accident with Ron Hunter earlier. He finishes on the lead lap. Troy Daggett, Brett Johnson, another solid race for Brett Johnson. Ray Partridge, Kurt Mills, Brian Barnes, I got to give him props there, Jeremy. I just think maybe, the tires weren't gone, but whenever you put new tires compared to 30-lap-old tires, I think we saw the equivalent of a knife at a gunfight, and that's Cole Raz was just the dominator tonight. He was not going to be denied, and those guys have a solid top 10 finish.
And then all the wrecked cars after that is going to be Dennis Moore, Kevin Smith in 12th, Stephen Paulson in 13th, Kyler Hope P14, Dana Rogers in 15th, Jeff Stabnow P16, Scott Hutchison 17th, Ron Hunter 18th, John Ottenbacher P19, Stephen Bartlett in 20th, 21st belongs to Roy Grande Jr., then Frank Harris, and Toby Ritters, who completes only 5 laps here tonight with Frank, rounds out the 23-car lineup here this evening.
So remember, we are going to Darlington Raceway for the Northwest Truck Series on Monday night. Next Thursday night, ARCA Northwest will be at Indianapolis Raceway Park before the 4th of July break. Jeremy Stanley, always a pleasure working with you, my friend, on Monday and Thursday. Have a great weekend, whatever your plans are down in the Sunshine State. And, your final take of tonight at Dover. It was a very interesting race, for sure.
Very fun, very interesting. Kept us on the toes. The crashes were destructive. Just a lot of stuff. We saw some 3 wide. That was cool to see. All in all, Great race. Still disappointed that we didn't get to see the high five salute, but all in all, very, very good mid-season form race for all these drivers here tonight.
Well, there you go. There's Jeremy Stanley. By the way, remember if you open mustard, please put it in the refrigerator. Don't leave it in the.
If you remember anything from tonight, that is the fact
anything from tonight, the mustard, right? The sheer domination of Cole Raz and
mustard.
Mustard. Yeah, keep it in the cabinet according to Charles. So
only if you mustard.
And remember always to help control the pet population. Have your pets spaded or neutered as well. So there you go. Jeremy Stanley, we're taking a break. When we come back, we are going to grab the podium. Cole Raz picking up the win, by the way. Again, as I said, third start this year in ARCA Northwest. First win of the season, 17th win of the Northwest, 55th top 5, 75th top 10. Been a while since we chatted with Cole. We chat with him next, and we'll set the stage for Darlington and Indianapolis at IRP next week. Stay with us. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you back to coverage of the ARCA Northwest Racing Series. Man, I'll tell you what a fun time it was, and we are so glad that you're joining us. Always fun joining Mr. Jeremy Stanley, Charles Wooten, regardless of whether you keep the mustard in the cabinet or the fridge. And joining us is Cole Raz. Cole, it has been a while, my friend. It's so great to see what you've done in the Northwest Super Late Model Series, in the ARCA world, Southwest Super Late Models Tour, and more. But it's awesome to see you back on the iRacing server. I know it's not a lot, but man, how fun was tonight winning at Dover, sir? By the way, career win number 17 and your first win in your third start this season in ARCA Northwest.
Yeah, I mean, it's always a blast to come back and race with everybody. I mean, I remember throughout the COVID years and post-COVID, we spent a lot of time on iRacing and found this series to be our home. And, a lot of my good buddies are in this series as well. So it's always a blast. But, I mean, tonight was fun. I feel like tire wear was pretty severe. And, it was kind of a cat and mouse game of when to go and when not to go. So just trying to manage tires the best we possibly could was kind of name of the game. And it, ultimately stack the field up at certain points, but you have to do it in order to have tires left at the end of a run. So that last caution was definitely interesting, just splitting people up on strategy, and it definitely got hectic there for a few laps.
I'll tell you what, it definitely was exciting. Caution came out, and when it did, you pitted. Was that the strategy? Was you planning to try to go all the way to the finish of the race, or was you hoping for a late race caution to come down to the pit lane and take on 4 tires and fuel?
I was honestly hoping, like, when we all got split up, I want to say it was the second to last caution is when a few guys came down pit road and took their last set. I felt like it was just a little too early. I was hoping to go another 20-ish laps or so to make it 120 to 130, which was right at the end of my range of when I was hoping to come down pit road. You know, with having 15 to go, it's always a worry of if you can get back to the front. But I feel like we ran enough laps for those guys that took new tires to have an advantage on our end, and just hope you can have a clean stop and have a decent launch out of the box so you can have a good roll and get ahead of everybody else that's on tires. So, it's always tough as a leader, right? You're kind of a sitting duck on what to do and what not to do. But thankfully it worked out tonight.
It did, man. It really did. And obviously it has got to be a special feeling for you, a big victory, a big win for sure. And, man, what does it mean? You kind of hit it on it a moment ago. What does it mean to come back home to the Northwest Racing Series? And, man, what's your take of how competitive this series has become?
It's continued to get more and more competitive for sure, to your point. And, I felt like, with the limited practice we have in the real world for racing, like, this is just a great tool for me to use just to try and stay sharp and fresh and just ultimately have fun, in a relaxed environment and try and get that competitive edge kind of out of your system throughout the week. And, I've had really good battles with Ryan so far this year in the races I've done, and that's been a blast. And I've dueled it out with Sean plenty of times over the years. So it's always great to come back to see familiar names. You can't say faces, but familiar names on the racing sim, and just duke it out. I mean, we're here to put on a show, and I feel like we've done a great job of doing that. And it's just been really neat going back to the competitive aspect of it all, but just of how clean it's gotten throughout the last few years. I know when we were going post-COVID, like, we kind of struggled of just getting long runs, and I feel like that's now the normal now, is just having long runs, and you'll have a few little moments throughout a race of, back-to-back cautions, but you get those long runs in effect, and that's a blast. You get the strategy involved, and just really puts it in the driver's perspective and hands at that point.
So I got to ask you, are we going to see you race anymore? And when is your next real racing endeavor? Where will it be at?
Yeah, so we still got a few weeks off on the real side of things. So, hopefully my weekday schedules can stay clear enough to where I can still hop on at night. And ultimately, I think we're targeting Sonoma for the ARCA West race with AM Racing, our 76 bunch. So that'll be the next one for us on the real side of things as of now. And then I think the week after that would be Dover. So this was a good little prep run for that. But yeah, hopefully I can come out again next week, and I don't even know where we're going next week for the Northwest Racing Series, but hopefully we can.
Darlington and Indianapolis Raceway Park for the trucks and the ARCA. There you go.
Sign me up, then I'll be there.
There you go. Well, ladies and gentlemen, he's been a fan of ours and a supporter of ours for the Northwest Racing Series virtual iRacing World for a long time. He turned heads, and I had nothing but a smile on my face at the Snowball Derby when he come close to winning the greatest spectacle, of course, in short track racing, the greatest short track race in America down in Pensacola. I know he'll be back down there to do it again, and you'll see him on the ARCA Series as well and wherever else he runs. 22 years old from Lake Oswego, Oregon. Cole Raz, winner of the race here tonight at Dover Motor Speedway, the Delaware 150, and it is again his 17th win in 102 starts, 54 top fives and 75 top tens. Cole, I'm a stat guy. I got to ask you one more thing because Charles is asking me to ask everybody this question. Mustard, do you like it in the fridge or do you like it in the cabinet?
I don't understand. Well, let me ask you, what do you do with your mayonnaise?
And thank you.
That belongs in the fridge. That's the only way to go. You're telling me on a hot summer day when you grew up a hot dog, you're going to put warm mustard on it.
In the cabinet after you open it up. I don't know where
about
the hell
all
he
that.
gets his ideas from, everybody, but it's Charles' world. So, Cole, congratulations, buddy. Have a good one, my friend.
Thank you, guys.
There you go. Let's grab the man that finished in the number 2 position. Obviously, Ryan Bay. Ryan had a really good car, just could not get around Cole Raz. Am I right, Ryan? And hey, got to give you props. What a comeback. Got involved in an accident in the late rally, and you still were able to come back, make that pit stop when he did at lap 135, and make a push to the front. Got around everybody with those older tires. Just could not get around him for the victory, and you got to settle for second. But you've had a great season this year, man. Your take on the 29 Chevrolet.
Yeah, it was a more difficult race this week for sure. At the very beginning of the race, I pulled away from everyone and realized that everyone else knew something I didn't, that the right front was old Miles the Monster was gonna tear apart everyone's right front tire. So yeah, I was, then obviously I got spun out. That was bad for the tires as well. I had to really fight to get back up there, and then tried to pull a fast one on Miles the Monster and tried to take 2 tires there on the last one. That worked for about 2 laps. Quickly did not work after that. So I was just trying to hang on for a second there. But yeah, it was a great race. It was tough you could catch people, but then once you got really close, especially racing Cole with how good he is, once you get in the dirty air, it was really hard to pass, and then I was having trouble saving the tires there. But still a great race. Glad to keep my top 10 streak going. Glad to get second place. So yeah, I think I got the most out of that race that I could.
Nothing wrong with silver, my friend. I do got to ask you, though, the side racing, there was a couple of times where, guys get side by side, or you just give a little advantage in the corner. Somebody sneaks on the bottom or goes to the top, and there's contact made. We saw a lot of accidents happen because of that. Actually, that's kind of like what happened to you when your crash. Do you think we got some frustrated people here, or is it just the product of what the race provides at Dover?
I think it's just a product of Dover, especially, coming out of 2, but especially 4. It gets really tight, especially when you're side by side and you're just trying not to let the guy get clear. So mid corner, you're trying to keep up with him, and then both of you at the same time realize, oh man, we gotta make sure we don't hit the wall here. And sometimes it's a game of inches there, and someone doesn't lift as much as they should. And I didn't watch the replay for how I got spun, but I'm sure that probably happened with a few of the other wrecks. Just everyone trying to get as much as they can on corner exit, then that wall just comes out and grabs you.
Ryan Bay, I love your stats, man. You've debuted with the ARCA Northwest Series. This is your 9th race. You have had 3 wins, 7 top 5s, and 9 top 10s. That's pretty damn phenomenal for you.
Yeah, just trying to keep that top 10 streak going, especially. We've gone winless for a few races here. Hopefully we can catch back up on those. My strength is kind of the bigger 1.5-mile tracks, and we got a couple of short tracks coming up here, I think. But once we get back to those, I feel a lot more confident with hopefully getting some more wins there and keeping the points lead. But yeah, things are going well, and hopefully we can keep it up.
Hey, Ryan, is it mustard in the fridge or mustard in the cabinet that you like?
I can't think of a single condiment that doesn't belong in the fridge after you open it, other than like maybe maple syrup. Like I keep maple syrup in the cabinet. Everything else goes in the fridge.
Thank you. Oh my goodness, where's my hand clapper at? I have to do it. I have to. There we go. Thank you. Thank you very much, Ryan. Thank you, buddy. Thank your sponsors. Let's get out of here, my friend. Congrats on a podium finish, sir.
Yeah, thanks to Sean and Jeff for running the league tonight, especially Sean coming last minute tonight. He's running a little behind. Appreciate him showing up and racing and pulling off a P3. That's pretty awesome. If you want to check out a cool iRacing Stats website, head over to neum.app. That's about it. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, Ryan Bay, another solid top 5 finish, top 3 podium for him, finishing second here tonight in the Delaware 150 at Dover Motor Speedway, getting ready for IRP next week. And let's grab now Sean Brightsman. Sean Brightsman won the road course at Lime Rock. He won last week at Nashville. He won Monday in the Northwest Truck Series race as well at Homestead. And you just come up a couple of spots shy here tonight at Dover. But Sean, what a crazy race, man. The triple-digit heat track temps, did that have a lot to do with the way the race played out tonight, man?
You know, I wish I could say anything about that. I did not even notice what the track temp was. I joined late.
117.
117. Yeah, it's definitely going to play a part. It's I'd say it's not as big of a deal on the concrete track compared to an asphalt track. But I mean, it's definitely a little slippy and slidey, that's for sure, and definitely wears out those tires.
I'll tell you what, man. Obviously, I know you would have wanted to win the race. You were trying to go for the hat trick, 3 in a row for the ARCA Northwest, 3 in a row for ARCA Northwest wins. If you count the truck series as well, it would make 4 wins in a row. But man, what was your take of just the craziness here tonight, and obviously that strategy of just being a couple of spots shy? I mean, I know you tried to come down to the pit lane when everyone else did, and was it just Cole and Ryan were faster than anyone else? Was it just their day, you feel, Sean?
They were definitely faster at times. I know at one point I got underneath Cole and I couldn't go any further, so I let him crowd me a little and get back hold of the lead instead of wrecking each other. But Ryan chose a good strategy there to grab 2 tires, and Chris was fast as well. I mean, there's a lot of fast people tonight, and showing up late, kind of rushing, and literally the first laps were as I missed the start for the race. So I'm pretty happy with the third. Very excited to continue the streak, and hopefully the streak keeps going up until the championship races.
Man, I will say this, and please thank your sponsors. What's it mean to you to have the all-time win list? And I know that that's something that you've had for at least since 2022, something of that caliber, because I remember calling that race for you. But, man, what does it mean to just continue winning and having the wins and the careers that you've had with the ARCA Northwest and the Northwest Truck Series? 442 starts, closing in on 475 with Jeff Stabnow. You're second, but the most wins of anybody at 80.
You know, it means a lot. Obviously been with the series for a long time, and it's just gotten harder to get those wins. So a little easier when we had the setups and less people and everything like that, and now the competition's so fierce that no different than what the cup drivers say is it's hard to win. And when you do win, it feels great.
Well, buddy, we gotta put this to bed. You know, I got to, because Charles is gonna bug the hell if I don't. Mustard in the cabinet or in the fridge for you?
Ryan Bay couldn't have said it any better. Basically, everything
I said
should
it
be in the fridge.
Exactly. Thank you.
Minus maple syrup, yeah. I mean, there's a few small other things, and mustard, gross. I don't even see a point to have that stuff. So. Thanks, guys. Again, appreciate it.
Thank you, Sean. Before I let you go, buddy, Sean, thank your sponsors, buddy, please, and thank you for your answer. We're 3 for 0 for Charles. So, go ahead, my friend.
Yep, just got to thank you guys at LSRTV. Thank everybody in the league for showing up. Thank my wife for joining this session so I could race tonight while I was driving home. Got to thank Dairy Queen for making a blizzard, Tyler King for painting that wicked awesome Toyota Camry, and see you guys next time. Thanks.
Now, so she joined the session, but she didn't get on the track and take hot laps, right? She'd take seat time.
No, I wouldn't let her do that.
That ain't happening. I got you. Hey, I got to ask you a question, though. I know we're taking off after next week for 4th of July. Are we planning a Northwest Truck Series All-Star race? Is that still in the works? Can you let our audience know?
It is in the works. I was hoping some of our drivers were going to throw out some ideas to me and kind of help align that, but haven't got anything major. I will say that the All-Star race will definitely include the winners from this year as well as last year for the Truck Series, and then we might actually authorize some of the ARCA guys to attempt to go for an open race. So I got some ideas spewing around in my brain, but I got to sit down and actually write down those details and get it out. But yeah, I think we're going to do an all-star race.
I think it'll be on Monday, July 7th, the all-star race for the Northwest Racing Series trucks. Thank you so much, Sean. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, my friend.
Yep, thank you guys. Enjoy it as well.
Right. So Sean Brightsman will finish in the number 3 position after winning 2 races in a row at Lime Rock Park, and of course at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway, and winning Homestead for the Northwest Trucks. And by the way, Charles, you are 0-3. So when it comes to the mustard, open the mustard after it's open, put it in the fridge. I think we all agreed on that. But nonetheless, that's going to wrap up our week. Remember, next week we are going to Darlington Raceway for the Northwest Truck Series before the 4th of July break. July 7th, tentatively the All-Star race that Sean just gave you details on. And next week, the ARCA Northwest Racing Series will be at Indianapolis Raceway Park. LiveSimRacing.com. We are CRN.com. And, of course, get iRacing. If you're from the Northwest, get signed up. We'd love to have you. For Sean Brightsman, Jeff Stabnow, John Onenbacher, everybody that is behind the Northwest Racing Series, find more details on Facebook. For Charles Wooten, Jeremy Stanley, I'm Wesley Outlook. Congratulations, Cole Raz, winner tonight here at Dover Motor Speedway. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we will see you on Monday.